What's up, guys? So I'm in the new house. I'm still getting used to it's kind of cool having this open space here where I've got my extended area, goes out into the garden, dining area, and kitchen. But I have to get used to hearing the fridge, the static of the fridge. If I've got the washing machine on, I can't just shut a door anymore and silence it. And it gets pretty loud in the last 20 minutes when it's really going for it. But yeah, I'm adjusting now. I have to admit, when I first moved into this house, I felt like I hated it. I felt like, what the fuck have I done by buying this place? Especially when it's empty and you walk in and it's all cold, and the people that we bought from hadn't actively been living here for months. So it had a general feeling of kind of neglect. And I was just convinced I've completely fucked this. Why did we choose this place? It's awful. Now, the bathroom needs some work, definitely. There's some creaking going on in the bathroom, which is driving me insane because you hear it from downstairs. So if Ellen's up there just barely moving, it's like squeaky, squeaky. And same on the landing, the top of the stairs, there's a bit of a creak there. But all you really have to do, you just have to be careful not to screw about with any pipes, but just drill some extra nails in and make sure the, what's it called? The board that's under the carpet or laminate or whatever is secure and not wobbling about. So we'll get to that. There's a lot of stuff we need to get to. But what I want to talk about today is anxiety, and how, if you're someone that suffers with anxiety and really struggles with this, you have to recognize that it doesn't have to be that way. You've probably noticed there are people you come across in your life who are so relaxed. Their whole demeanor is of someone who has nothing to worry about. You see them lay about on a couch, they look super relaxed. You, on the other hand, might feel tense. You might get back pain. You might just feel on edge, kind of bracing yourself for something to go wrong. And you're convinced, and you reinforce these thoughts that I do have something to freak out about. Something is going to go wrong. If something hasn't gone wrong today, it's going to go wrong tomorrow. And you're constantly, maybe from experience, waiting to react to the next bad thing. And it makes you feel like you can't just enjoy any time where things are going okay. And you have probably a tendency to exaggerate the problems in your mind. And like I just mentioned, buying this house, of course, any house that's not brand new or designed by yourself, it's not going to be perfect. And you shouldn't expect it to be. But I was really freaking out and feeling negative, and I was being quiet. And Ellen was like, "What's up?" And I'm like, I just want to go home. She's like, "I knew you'd get like this. This is our home, motherfucker. So stop being a little bitch about it." But you can always improve stuff. Sometimes money gets in the way. But ultimately, what I would like you to consider, or what I'd like myself to consider more often, is, why are you so afraid? Why do you refuse to accept that things might work out okay, despite little challenges coming up? Why exaggerate stuff in your mind to the point where you don't enjoy your life anymore? Allow yourself to not know how the future's going to go. Allow yourself to be okay not knowing if everything's going to work out. Because now I've got a house, I'm worrying the boiler needs replacing. I mean, it's working fine, but I know it's quite old. So I'm like, oh, when's that going to go? That's going to cost thousands of pounds. My water tank was making some loud noise. I'm like, oh, I bet that's not been flushed out, which you're meant to do yearly. I bet that's not been done in years. And there's all these minerals that are hardened at the bottom of the tank, and that's going to fail. I'm like, oh, what if I lost my job now? What if I'm made redundant in the future? I've got a mortgage now. Again, none of this is based in reality. It's based on possibility, but it's not based on what's happening right now. And I think as anxious people, we have such a tendency to look to this imagined fearful future and plan for something that may or may not ever happen. And we want to be sure that we're prepared because we think it's going to help. But you have to ask yourself, how does worrying help whatsoever? All it does is steal your energy, steal your joy from the present moment, and keep you trapped in a head filled with just imagination. Why not imagine something better? Why not imagine things going well and plan in a productive way? And when it's no longer productive, say, hey, I'm not going to engage in my thoughts anymore because none of this is real right now. So I hope that gives you something to think about. I hope you like the new backdrop. I think it's a bit better than the last small apartment that me and Ellen had been living in for such a long time. Honestly, though, our rent was so low there and our energy costs were so low as well. Like, it's more expensive to heat this house up. It was necessary. I don't know how people save for a house if they're not like able to get really cheap rent. So it was something we had to do, but I'm glad that's in the past now. I'm looking forward to improving our garden. We got out there and dug up all the weeds the other day. There's lots of stuff that we're going to improve about this place, get the pictures on the wall, repaint upstairs to the colors we want. I'm looking forward to it, but it is also pretty overwhelming and exhausting at times. But cheers for watching, guys. All the best.